Good morning, it's Easter Monday. It's just gone 10 o'clock actually. It feels like 9 o'clock, of course, because the clocks went forward. I always struggle with forward. I like it when they go back. I don't like it when they go forward. Because I'm such a night owl, I end up going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning instead of 1 and then find it hard to get up in the morning. But anyway, I have got up and I have been doing Portuguese learning. Anyway, it's Easter Monday. My daughter's much better. If you've been following my channel, I haven't discussed what's been going on with my daughter, but she hasn't been very well. But all of a sudden, she just went boing and improved. That was probably about a week ago now. So she's just living her best life again. She's just gone out for the day. So that's just so nice to see her back up to full strength again. And she's definitely going back to uni next weekend. Well, definitely, as I can say. Yeah, because that was in doubt. We didn't know she'd be well enough to return. So this leads me on to something which is a bit exciting to me. I don't know, you might think I'm mad. Well, you might not, but it doesn't really make any difference anyway, because I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway. But yeah, so I was on the phone to all manner of people in the departments of her university over the last few weeks, trying to work out different options depending on how well she was feeling when it was time to go back to uni. So I was trying to work out what would happen if she just dropped out, what would happen if she deferred for a year, just depending on her health, because we just couldn't predict how she was going to be. As it is, she's fine, but I was just trying to write down all the different options. And so I was asking student finance department at the university about what would happen with her student loan. You know, should she have to defer or worst case scenario drop out altogether? Anyway, it's all fine because it's not even going to come to that now anyway. But I said, oh, while you're on the phone, what's the situation with me now at my age? Because I've been thinking about maybe, you know, doing a degree again, doing another degree. Anyway, I can't do another degree. I can't get any funding for that. But I could, turns out, get funding to do an MA, which is 1 year full-time or 2 years part-time. And I've been looking at courses and I'm actually seriously thinking about it. Seriously thinking about it. I'm quite daunted though, because I'll go into all the reasons why I'm worried about it at the time, because this is already turning into quite a long ramble, but it's made me very, very excited and interested over the last few days. So I've been looking into all sorts of different things and I'm getting a list of questions. I will ring the university in question tomorrow because it's Easter Monday today, so I very much doubt they're in. Don't know if they'll be in tomorrow because sometimes places have a double bank holiday, but otherwise I'll ring Wednesday. I'll try them tomorrow. Applications are open till the end of August, but they may shut earlier if they fill all their spaces in the meantime. Spaces are offered on a first come first served basis, but the thing is I would have to submit as part of my application, well, many things, but including 2 unedited pieces of me playing with my hands and fingers visible to see my technique and to show that it's not edited and the no cheating of these 2 pieces all the way from start to finish. And I think they'd have to be of quite a high standard, to be honest. So this is something I need to ask questions about. But I've selected 2 pieces and they sound amazing on the recordings. I haven't even attempted to play them yet, but I've printed out the sheet music and I've been having a good listen to them last night while I was cooking dinner, over and over and over on repeat. So I'm going to have a go at those today, and they might be way too hard for me because literally it's going back into sort of classical again, and I haven't done that since the 90s, pretty much. So oh my gosh. But I have kept my technique going to the best of my ability all the way through parenthood, all the way through the pandemic, all the way through all doing traditional and folk music all the time. I've always kept to doing my scales and exercises and keeping up my sight reading to a certain level. So let's see how I get on with that. Anyway, this has turned into such a long intro. Apologies for the long intro. Puzzle update. This is the whopping 1,500 pizza. So yeah, all the fun bits are coming now, and we got all the non-fun bits to do. We got mountains of tree pieces, mountains of floor pieces, quite a few sky pieces. These pieces look like they should be obvious, but are really not. And these are what I haven't gone through yet. Oh, I see one's escaped out of the box. Can't have that. We don't want one missing, do we? I tell you what, oh, that would drive me mad, that would. This one doesn't fit on the puzzle mat, so me and my boyfriend had dinner sitting at the end of the table the other day. These are my 2 pieces printed out. I couldn't get it to print out for love nor money, but middle of the night, it came out. Like, I went to bed, it wasn't printed. I got up this morning, they'd come out, so that works. But anyway, I'm excited and nervous to go through those later. I've actually finished all the Portuguese in Duolingo apart from the daily refresh exercises at the back. That's a massive thing. That's taken me absolutely years to do it. But it's in Brazilian Portuguese, and I always was gonna then do another one afterwards to try and learn what's Brazilian don't use in European Portuguese. So anyway, I've started a new one from scratch. It's a more expensive one. It's called Practice Portuguese. I think it's around £20 a month, maybe a little bit less than that because it's in euros, 21 euros a month, something like that anyway, don't quote me. So far I'm getting on really well with it, but the thing is I've got to go from the beginning because I've learned in such a haphazard and higgledy-piggledy way that I've got gaps of knowledge in the most basic areas, and yet I can express myself. But the thing is, I'm creative with what little I've got. That's the thing. So I think I can express quite complicated concepts and needs just using baby words, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going right back from the beginning. So I'm kind of whizzing through, but then quite often I'm like, oh, I didn't know that construction. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's why that is. And so I am, you know, kind of cherry picking the bits I don't know, but whizzing through at the moment. But at some point I'm going to slow right down when it gets into a harder level. But yeah, this one should take me up quite a long way more than Duolingo has eventually when I get there. And it's in European Portuguese, so for the accent it's much better. There's a lot of audio files and a lot of much more in-depth exercises on this one. Right, yeah, I'm having a day at home today, basically. It is Easter Monday, it is a bank holiday, but I am self-employed, so I can do what I like. My daughter's just gone out for the day, so I'm just going to get on today and crack through my list, try and get ahead for the start of the week, and then maybe I can have a day off later in the week, go out adventuring with the camera, which would be lovely. God, it's so bright out there, I can't even properly see my monitor screen, so I think I'm in focus. But yeah, it's a bit later now, it's 12:05 now. Got my vlog up for tonight. Had my bath and hair wash, got dressed. I got my charity shop dress on, my £3 charity shop dress. I'm wearing it as a top with trousers. I'm not going anywhere today. My hair looks ridiculous. It's just sticking straight up because I've just washed it. And I'm not going to devote any time to trying to get that under control. It's just going to be what it's going to be. I am trying to experiment with my routine. I do this all the time. When you work home alone in the same four walls, I think it's good to try and change things up. Anyway, I've got a plan. My plan is going to be to go and do some flute practice now. I'm going to try and practice earlier and do my admin tasks later. So I haven't done any of my admin tasks. All I've done is finish my vlog up for tonight and get that up. I haven't started on my list. I've made my list. I know all the things I've got to do. So I'm thinking maybe after lunch for that one. So try it around that way. The problem is after lunchtime is when I go a bit snoozy and a bit brain foggy. It's just, it always happens. It's the time of day, I think. And admin is boring compared to playing the flute. It's physically less demanding though, but it's mentally more demanding. I don't know, well, they're both mentally demanding. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go play my flute. I'm gonna do some techniques and warm up for half an hour, and then I'm gonna have a go at these two pieces. Oh my gosh. I think they might be way out of my league now. I just don't know till I give it a go. And I don't know how long I've got to spruce them up and submit them, because I don't know if time is ticking and like I need to get them in ASAP. See, when I was at uni, if I had pieces to learn for like an end of term recital or something, I'd spend at least 6 months learning them, but probably more like a whole academic year, you know, start them in September to perform them in May or June. And like, I'm just thinking, can I get these sorted, you know, in 2 or 3 weeks? I just don't know. I don't know. They're grade 8 level, I think. I've researched it online and I think they're both grade 8. Now grade 8, if you don't know, you get grades 1 to 8 in the UK for musical instruments and singing as well. And anything after 8, it's called something else. Grade 8 is like the highest, but I mean, you can do extra hard ones, but they're called something else. So I thought, can I risk doing anything lower than grade 8? So this is what I need to ask the person on the phone. Like, if you're a mature student, does it have to be grade 8, or do you have different kind of, I don't know. Anyway, let's go and see, shall we? See what happens. And I'm going to do singing warm-up as well. I'm doing singing warm-ups every day again. I've started a few days ago and I really enjoy that. And because I'm doing them like with videos on YouTube, they really invigorate me, and it actually motivates me to then go on and do my flute warm-up and my flute technique routine as well. So it's a good way to get me started. Oh, and I'm also thinking, right, you know, about the grade 8 pieces. I'm not actually applying to do a degree. I'm going to apply to do an MA, which is after a degree. So I'm thinking, does it have to be a higher level than grade 8? Am I overthinking this? Could it just be anything and then they just go on how musical you are? I don't know. But I'm going to go and try these things anyway, and just, it's a start. It's nearly 2:05. Does anybody else think, oh yeah, but that's just nearly 1:05, you know, when the clock's just gone forward? Because I do. It takes me a while to get used to it, you know. But anyway, I've come up for lunch. I've done 1 hour and 10 minutes of flute with a little break in the middle because my lips were getting a bit fatigued. The old muscles were like... And I did about 20 minutes of singing as well before that. How did I get on? Oh, hang on a minute. My arm was already aching. I'll put you on a tripod. Okay, I've had a run through. I can play everything. I like one of the pieces a lot more than the other one. I thought I'd better do something old-fashioned, so I've got a CPE Bach. He's the son of the more famous Bach composer. Very good though. But I like the modern music, you see. I like the atonal, dissonant, crunchy stuff. Oh, it's like having a nice massage. It gets all the achy bits, you know, of your emotions. It's like, I always feel really healed after listening to proper atonal modern music. I did my original degree in contemporary art music, so it wasn't like Mozart and stuff like that. It was all the crunchy, bangy, modern stuff. So I really like the one of those that I've chosen. It's not even that modern, to be honest, compared to some of them. But anyway, the other one is Bach, and I'm nodding off playing it. I've got to be honest, it's very nice. That it's not like, you know, it's just nice. It's like having a gentle stroke as opposed to a proper massage. That's the difference for me. So I might change my choice on that one. And also I'm wondering if it's, although it's very different to the other one, it's a similar pace. It's fast and furious. Well, it's not quite as furious as the other one. I don't know. I'm wondering if I ought to substitute it for a really slow one, but I'll have a chat to somebody on the phone about that and ask what's the best thing to do. But also, I was coming to the end of my practice and I was a bit tired, so maybe if I come at it fresh, I might like it more. I think I enjoyed listening to the recording of it more than I enjoyed playing it, so maybe once I just get a bit more familiar with it, I'll like it. I don't know. I'm not getting off to the best start with it. The other one was harder, but I could play it better because I was more engaged with it. Anyway, I'm going to cook some food. I'm going to cook, well, microwave this tiniest of amounts of egg fried rice from yesterday that I've just got out of the fridge. Honestly, there's not enough for a meal, but I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to eat it. And also, in here is homemade bread. One of Izzy's friends made her a loaf of bread. Izzy's my daughter, and one of her friends made her a loaf of bread. And we've gradually been eating it, so I'm going to make myself a cheese toastie with that and have it with the egg fried rice. I don't know how egg fried rice just manages to be so absolutely spot on and delicious every time. That is actually steaming hot now. It doesn't look like it. It's been a while since I took it out of the microwave, actually. But, oh, goodness gracious me, it's so lush. And there you go, a bit of steam coming back. Made that for my daughter because she particularly likes egg fried rice, but I'm enjoying the benefit of it now. And that's done, really. Yeah, I can turn that off. There's my toastie on my new charity shop plate I got the other day from Pontypridd. I love that. 10 to 3 now, and it's coffee o'clock. I'm making coffee for after lunch admin. Got my reading glasses on. I've just noticed in the monitor screen, do you know, I've done something very useful for myself today, and it's really changed the way the day is going for me. I watch a channel called Ali Abdul, and he's into productivity and focus. He's doing a series on focus, how to stay focused at the moment, and he advised put your focus mode on your smartphone and you can personalise it. So I've personalised it so that I can have messages through from my dad, my mum, my daughter, my boyfriend, and I've enabled one app, a particular app that my boyfriend uses to communicate through, and nobody else does really, it's just him, so I know there's not going to be a lot through that. So it stops all the other notifications. People can still phone if they need to, so you're not going to miss phone calls, but then basically you can do your lot of work that you want to do, and then you can think, right, well, okay, at 11:30 I'm going to take a 10-minute break in which I have a rest, and then I go through all my social media notifications and all that. So there we are. That's what I've done, and it's really made the day so much more calm and focused because I am bombarded continuously with notifications. It's overwhelming, and I feel a sense of obligation to reply straight away as well. I don't feel that when I message other people. I don't expect a response. I expect them to just, when they're sitting down, chilling out, get the phone out, you know, a cup of tea in the mid-afternoon break or something, and then, you know, they might mark it as unread and get back to me when they got time to look into it properly. That's what I expect from others. So why I think I've got to reply straight away, I don't know. But anyway, there's that. I've got my coffee, I'm ensconced at my desk, I've got my list of to-dos here. Now, I can't really talk about my to-dos usually because it involves sort of interactions with customers or whatever, and, you know, personal details. Anyway, there's one thing I can tell you about. It's a bit of a hoo-ha that I had with Stagecoach. I mean, no argy-bargy, no troubles. I rang customer services about it and we had a very friendly, amenable chat, you know, like old friends by the end of the conversations. No, I'm not like cross or anything, but I paid with Apple Pay on my phone for a bus ticket. It was £1.50, and thought nothing of it, and, you know, it popped up on my screen, you know, you paid £1.50 to Stagecoach bus, as it does if you use Apple Pay. Basically, I woke up the next day and there was another thing from Apple Pay saying at 2:06 a.m, I think it was about then, £10 was taken from my account by Stagecoach. And I thought, well, there's not even any buses running at that time in the morning. It's not like, I don't know. So I rang them up and they said they'll refund it, but I've had an email back from them asking for something or other, suggesting my card might be blocked, so I've got to fill a load of details in. I don't know if that's just like an auto-generated reply or what, but I suppose I'd probably better do it in case I don't get my refund. But anyway, has anything ever happened to you like that? That's weird. I've used Apple Pay on buses as the norm. Honestly, for the longest time, that's never happened. But I just rang up the number and they were just fine. Oh yeah, sure, we'll refund it. Might be a delay because of the public holiday. And I said, that's absolutely fine. I'm not in a rush for it. As long as it happens, you know. Right, I'm going to get on, make a start on my list. And I think maybe I'll give myself something like 45 minutes and set a timer and just try and bang through uninterrupted. And then hopefully that gets it all done and then get back down in the cellar and work on those pieces because they are a long way off. I can't remember if I gave you an update on how that went. I don't think I did I? I played through them. Oh yeah, no, I did. I'm repeating myself. Yeah, I can play them. I'll be able to play them slowly and then I'll be able to speed them up with the metronome gradually over weeks, but I don't think it's going to be next week, put it that way. It's going to take a lot of work, but I'm motivated and enthusiastic. Okay, it's actually 4:10 now, but I've got through everything on the list. Well, one thing I just couldn't do, I just hit a snag and I gave up on it at the end. I was like, oh, Joe, I can't be bothered. Some online format to fill in, but it wasn't the Stagecoach one, that was something else. Anyway, good. I am going to go down and do some more flute practice now and have another go through these brand new pieces. I'm still not quite sure about that second one, but I'll give it another go now and see. Well, I found another piece to do instead of that CPE Bach. This is JS Bach, as in Johann Sebastian, and it's very, very slow. It looks ever so complicated, but it is just slow, really, honestly. It's not as bad as it looks. It is a bit of a sod to play. I mean, I'm going to have to work on it for weeks, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously, but I am. The only problem with it is it goes one note too low for my flute because I haven't got a super posh orchestral flute. I've got like a beginner of professional range flute, which was still more expensive. But anyway, not as expensive as the really posh one. So there's just the odd note here and there. It's a B actually that I would have to substitute for another note. And I just don't know if that's like a mega no-no for auditions. I'm so out of the loop, honestly. I can imagine them going, oh, you changed the works of Johann Sebastian Bach. Get away, you're never coming to this institution. How could you? I don't know, or they might just be like, oh yeah, it's just for demonstration purposes of your technical level of ability. Don't worry about it, I'll have to ask them on the phone. They'd probably be like, why are you even asking? It doesn't even matter. Or it might be just like, absolutely no. But would they even notice if I didn't tell them? Probably not, to be quite honest, because it's so quick and over with in a flash anyway. I think I'm traumatised by my classical training past, honestly, about these little tiny minutiae, elementy bits. Trying to read it. Be natural. No. Is that a natural? Yeah. I'm trying very hard not to read any notes wrong at this stage, because once they go in my head, that's what I'm going to think they are. Once they get in my mind's ear, what I remember it to sound like. And I'm terrible at reading the notes wrong. It's 6:50 now. Yeah, I've got different glasses on. These are my normal glasses, not varifocals, but they're actually my old prescription. But I was struggling so much with the varifocals trying to read all the little dots there, so I switched. I keep these down in the cellar for this reason. Anyway, yeah, I've done 3.5 hours practice today in total. Once you take out all the little wee breaks and stop in for lunch and stop in to make another cup of tea and things like that and get water and yeah, so it took longer than 3.5 hours to do 3.5 hours of practice, if you know what I mean. So I feel like I've been at it almost all day. But anyway, I need to stop now because my jaw's all aching and fingers are feeling a bit stiff. So yeah, better not do too much too soon. Right, I'm going to have a little break, I think. 7:20. I'm cooking something. Not quite sure what. I'm basically using up all the veg because I really need to go shopping and I'm onto the dregs. There's cauliflower in there, red pepper, celery, chilli, a lot of chilli, and ginger and tofu. I'm not feeding anybody else. My daughter says she's, sorry for the steaming up, my daughter says she's eating out, so she doesn't need feeding. Don't put ginger in the freezer and then forget, take it out and store it in the fridge because it goes all spongy. But I'm nearly at the end of it now. I'm going to add this motley crew to that food in a minute once it's cooked. I've added some kettle water to it because it just wasn't cooking. I was getting impatient. I'm going to add some passata, some cream and some basil. and a stock cube. In fact, I've already put the stock cube in. I just kept that there to show you. That's my deadly combination for success. That is, I've put a lot of chilli in there. Mine fresh chilli that I'd put in the freezer, cut up and chucked in, seeds and all. I'm not having any carb with it, but that means I can have Easter egg later. We had lovely Whisper Easter eggs from my dad. That's actually my daughter's one. Now, Izzy said she'd gone off chocolates. Well, apparently this doesn't count for the Reese's peanut butter eggs. She hasn't gone off them. She loves them, in fact. Ooh, let's just focus that, yeah. There's only one left. I'm going to save it for her. Ooh, anything but ordinary. They're very rich, shall I say. You only want to eat one at a time. They are small, but really one is enough. All the more cream eggs for me. Yum, yum, yum. I have literally no idea how much I've filmed today, but I feel like I've talked a lot. I think it was more of a newsy, chatty vlog today. I'm probably going to be in tomorrow as well. I need to ring the university. I'm going to add even more questions to my list and ring them up, and I hope they're in, because I want to press on with things, really. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Here's a playlist of more videos from me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!